I feel pretty dumb most of the time. It's just the honest truth. I never really feel that smart. I make every mistake you could possibly make. For example, in my other company that I run, the Kingdom Closer Academy, last month, we could have had a quarter million or even a $300,000 month, but it was only about 100 grand that month. And I know exactly why, and I've shared that in other videos with you guys. My last video was all about the funnel that we run. If you want to go watch that video, you can check it out. This year, I've made a mini handful of major mistakes. Um, and yet, I still continue to relatively thrive. Um, I just want to talk about that. I just want to talk about how the reality is you don't have to be that smart to do well. What really matters is that you generally know what focuses are worth it and worth your effort and energy. You're able to spot the 20% of the work that gets you 80% of the results and see through the noise, and that you're just consistent. Like, I'm not that smart. I'm really not. Like, I'm just gonna be so honest. I I'm just observant, I guess, and I just keep trying. Okay. And I think a lot of people have this idea that you have to be like, really thoughtful about everything you do. And you have to have this like air of like extremely calculated movements in order to do well. And I'm kind of living proof and evidence that that's not necessarily the case. I have made in profit millions of dollars in profit. It's after expenses, after tax profit in my businesses. Okay. I have, one-on-one consulting clients that have found me through this YouTube channel, have booked a call and gotten my support. One of them, took his business from 10 grand a month to 50 grand a month in just 2.5, 3 months. This is just a couple days ago. He posted a win. And this is Jason. Um, Another one of my clients has never run ads before, and they're turning $1 into five, signing a $10,000 one-on-one coaching package for their like work-life balance program. And I'll be honest, all the stuff that I teach, I'm just regurgitating from other people that I've learned from with some of my own unique twists. But nothing is new under the sun. The Bible talks, excuse me, I'm coming out of a cold here. The Bible talks about this idea that there's nothing new under the sun. So I'm not necessarily teaching anything new. I'm teaching the basics applied very, very well. And in a way, I guess that is new because everybody's trying to sell you on, all these advanced strategies and all these like new techniques. But it's like the truth is humans behave in a very human way, and that is predictable across time and contexts, whether we have Facebook ads marketing or we're marketing in a newspaper. People have emotions and desires, and there's ways that you channel those things into products and services. My life right now, I don't work that hard at all. Frankly, I hardly work. I barely do anything. And here I am. I've got two seven-figure businesses. One where I do one-on-one consulting with people from this channel here. Links in the description if you want to learn more about that. It'll be me on the call. Okay, it'll be me talking to you if you reach out on Instagram. I don't have a team here. This is just me. So I can get really involved with you. Okay. And I've built 4 different seven-figure businesses. And I hardly work. And the reason I say I hardly work is because you don't have to be that smart to begin to recognize the things that are like important to work on. It's almost like that my formula is just like know what's really long-term important, delegate or eliminate everything else, and just in this like brain dead sense, just be consistent on the important stuff. It's like not that hard. And you don't have to be that smart. Like in my clients' businesses, how's their cash flow? Are they actually profitable? What are they doing with their profits to drive further growth? Is their market message resonating? You know, is there actual real pain in their marketplace? And is there a real need? You know, have they effectively communicated how their service or product can quickly solve that pain? Because that's basically all marketing is, you know? Um, is their content in alignment with that message? You know, are their sales calls good? You know, are they asking meaningful, deep questions and not taking people at surface value on their answers, but really digging deep, fully understanding somebody? And as Stephen Covey says, you know, making sure that somebody feels understood before you try to be understood. You know, understand them before you try to be understood. That's the basic rule in sales. You know, just quality controlling these basics, these absolute basics. None of this stuff is advanced, guys. I don't teach advanced stuff. You know, the only thing that I have that's maybe like advanced is this concept of like belief marketing. But even that's kind of timeless. Like if you go back 10, 20, 30 years, every copywriter was talking about the concept of, you know, sharing a belief system that enables a purchasing behavior. It's not even necessarily unique or new to me. So I just want to make a video like a lot of people really, I get these messages, people really kind of put me on a pedestal, and I just want to share like I feel like if people see me as like this really outstandingly successful and uniquely gifted person, then they think that they can't do it too, and I don't want that for you. You know, I want to send the elevator back down and show you that like I'm not necessarily any smarter. Excuse me. Again, I'm coming out of that cold. I'm not necessarily any smarter than anybody else. I'm just consistent on the important things. Okay, so anyway, short video today, but felt the need to make this, you know. So, yeah.